run for 2012. What do you think? Do you think the president's performance is appealing, not in terms of governance, but in terms of serving the needs of the party as president of the country?
Well, I think that, from the work we've done on the time frame within which people take electoral decisions, is the middle 2 years of a government's 4-year term. So for the NDC government, is this year and end of 2011. So virtually for the 2-year crucial period, he's done 6 months of the 24 months. So clearly he has a year and a half more to go in our estimation in terms of people taking electoral decisions. So he has a long way to go before one can judge that from the work we've been doing.
So you think that what he has done so far may not count in respect of judging whether or not to?
No. I mean, by the end of, if you talk to him by the end of next year, I'll be able to give you a fair idea because, the 230 seats in the country, about 180 are safe seats.
Okay.
And it's 45, 50 seats. That is clearly, and because of next year, we do monitor. So by the end of, the last, but 1 year before elections, there are indications as to a government's performance or otherwise.
So can you tell from now whether or not you'll be allowed to lead the party in 2012, not just to be voted for or otherwise, but to lead the party in particular?
Well, no, I think that the NDC does not have a choice in terms of having someone who is electable, who can take the party in 2012. In a sense, Mrs. Rawlings is a very good candidate in terms of political experience, but the delegates know that they can't select her because Ghanaians, the 14 voters, who are the kingmakers, will not want the abhorred dynasties. That's why the Tadukufa did not do too well in the MPP primaries, and the same will happen with Mrs. Rawlings. Her husband was president for 18 years. I don't think Ghanaians will elect. If even you look at it in Central region, their candidate most suffered a lot in his home region because of the perception that Rawlings will control him.
Okay.
Ghanaians think you save your term, bye-bye, let somebody else rule.
So, you're saying that it's likely that President Mos will lead the party in 2012. Now, if this should happen, how do you assess his chances in particular in 2012?
Oh, 12 years to make is a very long time. A lot of factors will come into play. How, by end of next year, the government has performed in terms of delivering jobs, security, health insurance, and more importantly, the government in waiting, that's the main opposition party, whether wins on Saturday, and the aftermath. As you and I speak, there's quite a lot of tension between the two groups. And if the party and the candidate who wins, they do not cover enough ground in having a unified front, that can also make the work of the NDC easier.
Okay, so what would you say is the expectation of the average NDC that the president should fulfill within the end of the period you're talking about? That's 2010 and 2011. That would warrant him being allowed to lead the party.
Well, I think that I'm sure the NDC will have their Congress next year to elect the flag bearer. And I believe that first and foremost, it is suicidal. It's like football for a coach to change a winning team. And if the NDC believes, the delegates don't live in isolation. They live among people. They live among those who they know are more floating voters than true NDC or anti-NDC. And they will assess that if the government has done well, maybe they put him up. And if there's another faction in the NDC who believe Mos is not doing well, I believe that clearly they'll be able to take somebody to challenge Mos at the NDC Congress.
Okay, I'm sure that should be all. Thank you very much, Ben Epson, for your time.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. Ben Epson is the managing editor of the Daily Dispatch newspaper. He's also a poster. This is your community watch on Focus 943. Exactly 10 minutes to 8. 1406 to type F, leave a space and follow with your message. But Douglas will carry on with his series, the concluding series on taxation. Doug.
Okay, welcome back. We are going through the direct taxes and disadvantages of the direct taxes. And we said that it's very, very unpopular for governments to use, as well as we also went through that the points of collection are more numerous, and therefore it might lead to these direct taxes becoming inefficient. The other type of tax, or the other side of the coin, is the indirect taxes. Indirect taxes, they are the type of taxes that the burden or the incidents get passed on to be paid by others. This means that when indirect taxes are imposed on someone, the person can transfer that tax to other people. This means, so indirect taxes are usually imposed, or they are usually levied on goods and services. Example of indirect taxes include excise tax, and these are taxes levied on only specific items. Examples of the excise tax include import or custom duties. Import or custom duties are often called tariffs, and these are taxes that are levied on various items coming into the country through the borders. They are the import taxes, and as I said, they can really be used to protect the indigenous companies within the country. Example, let's say if a
Sorry, again, you're going to have to hold on for me, Douglas, but we do have online Christian Osu-Parisi, Director of Public Relations for the Electoral Commission. Good evening, sir. Thanks for your time. Yes, sir. We would want to know exactly how the arrangement is like for the MPP's Congress come Saturday. It was reported by the Ghana News Agency on their website that ballot papers were supposed to be distributed today. Has that been done?
Yes, indeed. The ballot papers started going out today. The ballot papers are going to the various regions and to the constituencies. They were dispatched this morning, placed by this time.
Hello, Mr. Parry.
Yes.
If you could speak up a bit louder for us.
Yes, I'm saying that the ballot papers were dispatched this afternoon to the various regions and constituencies. So I believe by this time the ballot papers have reached their destination. So it's readiness for the elections on Saturday.
Okay, so from here, what next?
Well, the commission is ready. Insofar as the commission is concerned, we have a part to play. And the part we have to play is to provide the men to ensure that the ballot papers are brought to the polling station. That is the role the commission is playing. And then also the party will provide a register. The register has been certified by the polling station executives, and that is the register we're going to use for the elections on Saturday. So we are ready.
Okay, how are you making arrangements for security in respect of the ballot papers and ballot centers and polling centers and stuff?
It is the party that is making arrangements for security, and indeed they have assured us that they have made sufficient arrangement for security at every station that the voting will be taking place. There are 230 constituencies, and each one of these 230 constituencies has a polling center, and the polling center is a constituency center. So the party will provide security at each of these polling stations, and we already have assurance from them that they have made that arrangement.
Okay, apart from in the direction of security, what other areas is the party cooperating with you in ensuring a smooth election on Saturday?
I'm not saying that indeed everything that is connected with this election is being handled by the party, quite apart from the fact that it is the commission that printed the ballot papers.
Okay.
Because they wanted some kind of transparency and security in the area of the printing of the ballot papers. We are the ones that are also printing the declaration of results form for the elections. And the party has cooperated with us in all these areas.
Okay, so finally, before you leave us, any hopes in the direction of a smooth election, looking at the preparation so far and how the party is cooperating with you?
Well, I cannot tell how smooth the election would be, but insofar as the commission is concerned, we have the material, we have our ballot boxes ready, and as I indicated, the ballot papers are ready, the declaration of results forms are ready. The smoothness of the election would depend on how the police